take a look at review, as in parts of it. Okay, so let's look at question 11. This is in your textbook, page 22. It says that in 2018, a train carried 8% more passengers than in 2017. In 2019, it continues to carry 8% more passengers. Okay, so if you want to understand the question, we are looking at 3 separate years, and from one year to the other, there is always an increase of 8%. Okay, question wants you to find out what is the percentage increase in the number of train passengers from 2017 to 2019. Okay, so there are no numbers given to us. What we could do is to give an artificial number, but we don't anyhow give a random number. Let's go in a generic manner. We can do X. Okay, so we can let the number of passengers in 2017 X. Okay, so that we can work out using our formula based on our understanding. Okay, so in 2018 itself, because there is an increase of 8%, the number of passengers in 2018 will be 8% more. That means a total of 108%. So 108 over 100 times X. And that will be 1.08x. Okay? Then we can do the same to find out the number of passengers. Okay, in 2019. Again, it will be 108%. But instead of x, it will be 1.08x. Okay, and that will give us 1.08 times 1.08, so 1.1664x. Okay, then now we can find out what is the percentage change. So we take the new value in 2019, minus away the original value, divide by the original, times 100%. Okay, so this we know that 1.1664 minus away 1 will give us 0.1664x over x times 100%. Then we can cancel out the x. Okay, such that we press our calculator for 0.1664 times 100, we will get 16.64. Okay, so therefore the percentage increase is equals to 16.64%. Any questions? Alright. For question 12, okay, we have already done something similar. In fact, you can take reference to your question, your practice now 11. It is something similar but not exactly the same. Again, we go back to understanding the question first. It says that the production cost of a printer consists of the cost of raw materials at $100. Okay, so raw materials 100, and then there is this overheads cost which is $80, and also wages at $120. Okay. Then we see that the cost of raw materials and overheads was increased by 11% and 20% respectively, while the wages actually decreased by 15%. We want to determine the overall percentage increase or decrease. So what we need to do, okay, is to find out what is the new raw materials cost. Okay, since there is an 11% increase, that will mean that it's overall of 111% over 100 times $100. We get $111. We also find out what is the new overheads cost as well as the new wages cost. Okay, whereby new overheads will be 120%, and then for wages it will be 115%. Sorry, not 115, sorry. Because there's a decrease of 15%, so it will be 85%. Okay, so we find this respective new cost itself, we add them up, okay, find the difference with the total cost over here, then after that find out what is the percentage change. So new total cost and then original total cost. Then you will find whether the new one and the old one, which one is higher. Which one do you all get higher? For those that can do. Is the new total cost higher? Yes, okay, so we take the new one. So that means there's a percentage increase. So we take the new minus original. We just use some sheets. Okay, so I leave it to you to fill all these blanks. We have already done something similar, so I don't feel the need to actually give you the calculation. It is your homework after all. Okay. Next, question 14. So those that cannot do, please make sure you go and do the proper corrections. Okay. Question 14, right? You have also done something similar already. Okay, in fact, we did 2 option questions. Alright, so there is a rectangle, the length is twice that of its breadth. We let x be breadth, length be 2x. Okay, make sure you have such statements. And then the question says that the length of the rectangle is decreased by 10%, while the breadth increased by 10%. Determine if there's any percentage change in its area. So we can find out what is the new breadth, which is an increase of 10%, and also the new length, which is a decrease of 10%, therefore 90% times your 2x, 0.9 times 2, that's 1.8x. Okay. Then because you're looking for area, so we need to find the new area. And then the original area. Okay, and then after that find the percentage change. Yeah. Okay, question 14 then. Oh, sorry, I saw the wrong question. Arrow in the parameter. Thank you. Okay, so find a new parameter, original parameter, and then after that, percentage change. Do the same thing. New minus O, or rather the big one minus O1, find the difference over the original times 100%. Okay? So I leave it to you to fill up those blanks as well. Okay, for question 16, talking about how a condominium appreciates in value. So again, we have done something similar, right? All the time. Okay, to me, not knowing how to do question 12, 14, and 16 is a sign of laziness that you don't even look at your notebook. Okay? So look at your notebook, you should be able to understand. If you look at your notebook and you don't understand, then there's a problem in your note taking already. Okay? So, question 16. Every year, the value of a condominium appreciates by 15%. Okay, we're looking at 2018, 2020, whereby in 2020 it is $899,300. Okay, so we want to find out what is the value in 2018. So we do it reverse. So this will have to be 115%, while this is 100%. Okay, find that value. So that this value will be the value in 2019. Then again, okay, find the value in 2018. I leave the calculations to yourself. Okay? Yeah. Put 2020 as 100%. No. Because this is an increment after the original 15%. So the original is always 100%. So this one must be 115. Okay? It's a good question. Okay? I want us to be clear that this is after something has happened. So this one must be the base value, 100%, while this becomes our 115%. It cannot be this one is 100 and then down to 85. Because this is not the base value itself. Okay, it didn't decrease by 15%. Increasing by 15% does not mean a decrease of 15%. Okay? Because the base value is different. Right? Okay, so I hope that if there's no questions, okay, and you're done with your corrections, will you submit your homework to the front? Okay, we are looking at four different types of questions. First one is your profit and loss. Okay, which we have covered mainly during our lesson time previously. Okay, and then what I got you to do on SLS was your discount, GST, as well as commission. Okay, so these are the four different contexts. Alright, looking at your SLS responses, I want to cover and reiterate some questions. Okay, so the first one is your practice now 19 question 1. Okay, this is in your textbook page 26. $1,274 after a discount of 9%. This means that our 1274 corresponds to what's the percentage that corresponds to it? This is how many percent? 91%, right? Because this is after a 9% discount. So 91% is your 1274. And since you're trying to find the mark price, we are trying to find 100%. So therefore, we will take 1274 divided by 91 times 100. And we will get the value of $1,400. End your conversation. Okay. Part 2 is the one that asks you to submit your answers. It says that if a 5% discount is given on the mark price of the laptop, okay, so 5% discount given first, followed by a further discount of 4%. The question is asking, would the sale price actually still be 1,274? Okay, I hope that without even doing the calculations itself, we are aware that the value for the sale price will not be the same as this 1274. Okay, because 5% and 4% cannot be added up together to say that there's an overall 9% discount. Because the base value from previously is different. So we can do a calculation to check that out. So we know that we start off the mark price with $1,400. So check your presentation. Price after 5% discount. That will be 95 over 100 times 1400. Okay, and that's 1330. And then the price after a 4% discount, this will become a 100%. 100 minus away 4 will get 96%. So 96% of 1330 will give us 1276.80. Okay, so clearly from our calculation, we see that it is different from our 1274. So we conclude that no, the sale price is not 1274. Okay. So that falls under the discount question. Okay? this practice now question in your SLS. Why am I going through this? Because I saw that most of your answers are not correct, okay, in your SLS itself. I did a slight change to the question that's originally in your textbook. In your textbook, you will find that the GST is 7%. The one I gave you is 8%. Okay? So now, how should we go about solving this question? Okay, if you had looked at the video, I don't understand why there's so many conversations going on. Not sure what are you doing. What's that people? Not sure, that's not important right now. Okay, Z take your perfect. Okay, so if you look at the SLS video yesterday, okay, in the video itself, we actually did our working step by step, okay, taking into account that service charge needs to be counted in first, okay, after you count in the discount, and then GST is on top of service charge. That we must be very clear about it. Okay, we cannot add service charge and GST together. Why? Because your GST is goods and services tax. So this service charge is payment for the services. You will be taxed for this payment of the services. Okay, so that's why in calculating this, we find out what is the sale price, which is the price after discount, and since there is a 15% discount, you will have to pay 85% in the end. Okay, and that is multiplied by 690, and we will be getting a value of $5.865. Okay. Now, although logically it's not possible to pay for $865, okay, but then in our calculation we should keep our answers to as exact as possible. Okay. In fact, in a computer system, they will also keep to higher level of accuracy, right, before rounding off for the customers. Okay. Then we find out what is the price after service charge. Okay, so including service charge, that will be 10%. That means a total of 110% times your 5.865, and we will get 6.4515. Okay, then to find out what is the price after GST, we will include the 108%, okay, or rather the 8% makes a total of 108% of your $6.4515. Okay. And that will give us 6.9672. 762. Okay. Then now that we are at the final answer, we will have 6.97. This is rounded to the nearest cent or 2 decimal places. Okay. Now something that I did not cover, okay, in the lesson, in the video lesson itself, is that there is actually a shorter way of presenting your answers, okay, instead of covering all the steps like that. Okay, so when we're trying to find out what is the total amount, right? Okay, what we can do is that to find out what is the price, the final price to pay, right? We know that we start off with $6.90. Okay, then we need to consider the discount. That's why we times 85 over 100. Then this amount is actually your 5.865, which is over here. We then multiply with another 110% to include the service charge. And then, okay, we get this amount, and this amount is being multiplied with 108% because of the GST. Okay, so you may shorten your answer, write it this way, whereby we include the discount, okay, service charge, as well as the GST. It doesn't matter how the order is like. Why? Because this is multiplication after all. Okay, multiplication, we know that 2 times 3 is the same as 3 times 2. Okay, even if I have 2 times 3 times 4, it really doesn't matter, the values are all the same. Okay, just that we think in a very sequential manner. We know that sequentially we should be taking sale price first, taking into account the discount, then the service charge, and then your GST. Okay, that's why we proceed in such a sequence through logical thinking. Okay, although in computational wise it doesn't matter. Okay, so we will get the same price of 6.97. Okay, so I'm just trying to show you over here a more simplified working. Right, it's up to you what you prefer. However, when it comes to the reverse, let's say they tell you how much you're going to pay, and they ask you to work backwards. Okay, if you're supposed to work backwards to find out what is the mark price, doing your method this way, okay, you need to be very clear about understanding, because then we'll be doing division. Okay, if you're working backwards, usually I like to do it sequentially. Okay, so if you have watched the video, okay, the reverse one is the Kuma question, okay, which is actually in practice now 21 question 2. This one is question 1. Okay, so I will not reiterate that one. Okay, so this is 7. Yes. Okay, this ties in very nicely to the very last question on our SLS, which is this one. Okay, sorry, let me just erase the board here. Responses, it says that Kuna wants to buy a sofa set, and then he is offered 3 successive discounts of 10%, 20%, followed by 25%. He can arrange them in any order that he wants. Which order will benefit him the most? Many of you tell me that there is no difference. Okay, so let me just show you most of the answers okay, that many of you gave me. There is no difference as the price is the same in every arrangement. None of them. Okay, so many of you did that. Right? Slightly, okay, you all didn't upload the working itself. Okay, but if you really went to do the working, which I'll show you in a moment, there is really no difference at all. Okay? However, there are some of you who think that there is a certain order that will benefit Kuma itself. Okay, for example, Jin thinks that we should do 25% followed by 20, then 10. Likewise, Lucas also shared the same idea, thinking that taking 25% discount, the base value income becomes smaller, then followed by more discount. But if you notice, okay, the value actually doesn't change at all at the final end point. So let me show you one. In the example, okay, we started with $1,500 because that was an example I asked you to think about. Okay, then if we were to give a 25% discount, okay, that means that I will be paying 75% of your $1,500, which is 1,125. Then if I continue with a 20% discount, I will have to pay 80% of 1,125, and that will be $900. Okay, and then I'll just write down here. Another 10% discount, I will have to pay 90% of that amount, which is $810. idea that Hwk Ch and Hwk Ch has. Okay, whereby giving a 25% discount, this value is smaller. Okay, so because it's smaller, eventually it will be smaller. Right? I want to show a contrast. If starting with 1,500, we give a 10% discount first, that will mean I will have 90 over 100 times 1500, and that would actually be 1350. Okay. Yes, this one is smaller, this is bigger, but let's continue. Okay. I continue by maybe giving a 20% discount. So 80 over 100 times 1350, I will get 1080. Okay. And then I continue to give my final discount of 25%. So I will have 875 times 1080. I will still get $810. Okay, so the order really doesn't matter at all. Eventually, okay, you will actually pay the same thing, and the reason why that is so is because multiplication, okay, allows us to switch this order freely without any impact on the final value. You understand? Okay, so actually it doesn't matter. Okay, since we are actually looking at this, my next question, if I want to extend this question, that will be, instead of giving in this order 10, 20, 25, what if I compare this situation versus giving a total of 4, 5, 55% discount? Which one will be more worth it? Should I take a so as a businessman, okay, if I'm the sofa set seller, I say you can choose two ways that I give discount. One is you take in this order 10, 20, then 25, or I give you a straight 55% discount. Okay, which offer will you take up? 10, 20, 25. Then Xavier says 55. So let's draw a raise of 10. How many of you will take up this offer? Okay, how many of you will take up this offer? How many of you will just, I lazy to count, just take, I pay the original price? Wow, you all taking on the maths for what? Okay, so let's count. So what if it is a straight up 55% discount? Okay, then what would it be? Right? 100% minus 55% will be 45%, right? So 45% of your 1,500, how much is it? 675. Is it? Sure? Let me just check out. 0.45 times 1,500. 675, yes. Okay? So actually in this case, taking up the 55% discount is better than you use multiple vouchers, right? Okay, or multiple discounts. Alright? So 10, 20 plus 25 does give us 55. Okay, so when you are thinking of how much to actually pay, or which offer to take up, okay, this is actually a better offer to take up as compared to this one. Okay? And questions? Alright? So let's save some money, okay, and not pay the original price lah. Don't be lazy lah. Okay?